Oh, can you hear me? This is a check. I think my mic's on. Yes. And I need to turn this. Oh, man. Oh, what's that? Okay. Hello, guys. Oh, everybody's all here. Aren't you so excited? I've been piddling around with my magazine some more, and I thought since I was, you know, um, I'm hurting today, so I'm not going to be able to sleep anyway. So I thought I would pull them out. Maybe we could read another. That sounded fun to me. I was already looking through them, and I found some very interesting articles. I'm in 1976. The one that we read from was night. I broke that one into pieces, but we read from it. I did save, in case La shows up, I saved the Princess Diana article. I'm gonna send it to him. so okay, so these are the magazines that I have. And let me see. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so I can see you guys' comments better. Okay, there we go. So I've got August 16th of 1976. This one is called The Disease Detectives, the Philly the Philly Killer. Let me just you just tell me if something sounds interesting and we'll read it. So this one had some. Check out this. There are two ways to buy your next TV: trust your luck or trust the facts. It's a Quasar TV. How fun is that? All right. I can get for my daily bread a fabulous wallet. What? Rolf's, if you really care. You know what I didn't do? Oh, they're not too bad. Okay. My nails are always dirty because they always have fuzz and fur and yarn and dust and dirt and all the wonderful things that make my life fabulous under them. And I try to clean them out before I'm on my hands show because I don't want to gross people. I've seen people do those videos. Look at their nails. You know which ones I'm talking about? And they'll call them dirty and they'll be making fun of them because they're really idiots or douchebags or something, but they'll always point out like their nails. And I'm always like, oh God, somebody is going to do that to me one day. That girl's nasty. uh, I am rotten. Anyway, here's your wallet for your daily bread. And I see we've got a few more. I'm gonna do my I'm gonna do my placed winners here in a bit. You can walk through the yellow pages. Like Johnny, we make Johnny famous for his steak. Look at the potato. Can you see that potato? It's like cut. What is that? It looks like a face. There's like a dog there. There's his eyes, his ear, his little nose here. There's his nose. He's wearing a hat. It's a dog. Johnny Bench is famous for that. Okay, down to the serious stuff now. This issue has articles about Reagan. It has articles about coaxing and coddling a delegation. It's got an advertisement for the Navy. You can smoke like a cowboy. Reagan's high roller. So here's your people at the podium. Who's at the podium? A ghastly election finale. Sorry. Hang on. Let me do that one again. A ghastly election finale. Robert Dole has made an appearance. Bob Dotson saves golden opportunity days during Dotson days. Win a Datsun 280Z plus 25,000. I think that's the car my dad had his midlife crisis on. I want to say he had a 280Z, but it was a little bit later in life. I'd have to ask him. It was some sports car he bought. I was a freshman in high school, and I'd ask him to take me to school in it. I'd feel like, Dad, drive me to school in your car. Go late today. Go to school, to work late today so you can take me to school. It was such a cool car. He didn't have it very long. I'm sure my mom had something to do with it. We have some kind of mudslides that are taking place in areas. Colorado. That's the big Thompson Canyon mudslide or flood or something. We've got some Soweto. The new queen reigns on the river. Their pollution is a dirty word, but so is unemployment. Bethlehem Steel. We give you jobs. We end unemployment. We want jobs. Save our environment. Don't post the same fucking. Could we just put this in an ad today? Look at this. Look at this. This is by, this company is Bethlehem Steel. Just think about that. Here, let me show you their little oil can looking emblem of a dumbbell. Ding. Okay. And it says over here, jobs and unemployment. We want jobs. And the big, tall businessman going, well, wait a minute. End pollution. Stop pollution. Don't pollute. Save our environment. But here at Bethlehem Steel, we vow to save the environment and protect jobs. Oh, and here we are, 40 years. What year was this again? Oh, yeah, 76. That was a long time ago. That's an ad. That's an advertisement. Buy our stuff. Look how nice we are. I got to read this. Before I do, though, I see that the chat has gotten to the whole long page here. So let me see. Jerry came in first place. Congratulations, Jerry. Way to go. And Karen came in second place. Woot, woot. That's a silver. And Ulick takes up the rear in third. And then Jay's right up Ulick's rear as in fourth. Excellent job, guys. Oh, Knowledge came in fifth place. Excellent. Woot, woot. Good to see everyone. That Datsun is worth about $25,000 now. Yes, I would say probably is. I wonder how many barns those are hiding out in. Wouldn't you like to know? Inquiring minds. Okay, so this article says, all of us want to... I have a feeling I'm going to laugh a lot here, so hang on. I got to get prepared. I need some water. I've got cookies here. I've snuggled in. I've got some smokes. I've snuggled in for a while. There's a look. I brought cookies. I've even got a whole candy bar over there if I'm in need. You know, say I'm having like a blood sugar drop or something. I'm in it to win it, man. Okay. All right. Back to seriousness here. So this article starts out by, sorry, this isn't an article. This advertisement says pollution is a dirty word. So is unemployment. All of us want to live in a clean environment and as free from pollution as possible. And all of us want to live in a prosperous America with jobs enough for everyone. At Bethlehem, we're working very hard to achieve both, but corporations have to budget their resources just as families do. We can't do everything we'd like to do, and we can't do everything at once. For example, It's expected that our country is going to need a lot more steel making capacity, about 30 million added tons by 1983. Gearing up to meet that anticipated demand would, one, help maintain jobs for the steel industry, and two, create jobs for thousands and thousands of people in other industries, in construction, in equipment manufacturing, and in scores of service industries. But expansion of this magnitude takes vast sums of money. And over the past inflation recession years, we just haven't been able to generate enough money to do that job. So we had to make a tough choice. We had to stretch out the completion of a number of expansion projects we had underway that cost people jobs. One program we had to continue, pollution control. So far, Bethlehem has spent approximately $400 million to clean up a major portion of the pollutants from the air and water we use. In an effort to meet existing laws and regulations, we have many more projects underway or anticipated in the near future. Cost? About $600 million over the next 5 years. Is there any relief in sight? Depending upon how far regulatory agencies go in stringent interpretation of the present laws and regulations. What the fuck does that say? I can read that again. Because it sounds, you just tell me if I'm hearing correctly, because you know what I'm hearing, because you're my friends. So you just let me know if I'm interpreting this correctly. And then if not, say, no, that's what this means. You're an idiot, Joni. You don't know what you're talking about. Get out of the way and let me explain it. Okay, and I'll let you up and you can explain it. It says, is there any relief in sight? Depending upon how far regulatory agencies go in stringent interpretations of the present laws and regulations, we may be faced with spending hundreds of millions more to try to remove the last traces of pollutants. We do not believe that this would be money well. We do not believe that this would be money well spent. So it says that any relief in sight, my understanding is that that really just depends on how far the regulatory agencies, how strict they're going to be in the interpretation of the law and regulations. That's what I'm reading. It sounds very fancy, so I'm kind of removing some words, but it sounds like they're saying that how soon relief will come from the pollutants in the air really just depends on the regulatory agencies and how strict they're going to be. So that means you have some shady shit in mind, because if you're going to try to remove pollutants and not meet the strict, regimented, stringent, it says, what does that mean? I don't know. Sounds shady. Let me see what you guys were saying. Ooh, William's here. William, I think that makes you number 6, man. Okay. We're just reading together. Okay. And then it says, attempting to remove the last increment of pollution involves new and uncertain technology. The attempt will consume a considerable amount of scarce energy and natural resources. Attempting to remove. So our attempt to get rid of the last of the pollution involves new and uncertain technology. What is uncertain? We don't know. Is that cloud seeding? Was that what you were talking about in 1976? Is that, what is that? You know, that crap they spray in the sky that's supposed to like, oh, it makes me think of that stupid Febreze shit. You spray it on your furniture and it like soaks up all the odors. Okay, so that's impossible. That makes no sense. And it shows little commercials where it's like, and the cat odor just disappears miraculously. I got this stuff. It comes back. It doesn't take care of it forever. It's a masking spray. Burn some incense. Okay. So anyway, that's an uncertain technology. But then this attempt even will consume a considerable amount of scarce energy and natural resources. So just to attempt to remove these pollutants is going to be damaging to the environment. That's what it says. And tell me if I'm interpreting wrong. And in many cases, it will merely transfer pollution problems to the power companies or the chemical manufacturers. Very good. Is it time for a rearrangement of priorities? Oh, please, please. In the future, we want to know. We are faced as a nation with troublesome alternatives. Do we continue our heading rush to implement some of the air and water cleanup standards that have yet to be proved necessary or even sound? Or shall we give equal consideration to jobs, our energy requirements, capital needs, and other demands for social priorities? Wow, these people are fuckers, man. Like they go right. Oh, I got a thing for that. Hold on. I've got a banner for that. Hold on. Oh, yeah, there it is. What's their most powerful motivation? Their job. And then our energy requirements, not my energy. You're putting me in with you now. And then capital needs. Well, that's all you. I only get one and you get a lot. But it sneaks in. They throw it in there, like, cocaine, heroin, marijuana. That's what they do. Okay, let's see how the steel making company is different, because here at Bethlehem Steel, we do things differently. So let's see what they say. We believe the national interest now requires that we face up to the dual necessity of preserving our environment while at the same time assuring economic progress. Our booklet, Steel Making and the Environment, tells more about what we are doing to help solve the problem of pollution. For free copyright, Public Affairs Department, Room 476T, Bethlehem Steel Corps, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, 18016, for my number friends that are playing along. Pennsylvania? That's a 13th colony, I believe. Anyway, that was fun. What do you guys think? Did you like that article or that ad? It was an article, really. Yes, you're seeing in first person. This is player one, William. This is player one stuff. I just roll with that one. Jesus, you still on your period? Loser. Oh my God, you guys are funny. Do you need a tampon? Or have we? Oh, I heard something. I shared it. Damn it, I love you guys. Talking about tampons. I shared it on my community tab. I had come across the thing that was talking about. It was an AI channel, but nonetheless, it was very interesting. And it talked about shrinkage in tampons. I haven't worn tampons for a while now, but this is going on currently right now. they have shrunk the size of tampons. They've made them smaller. And women are going to the doctor thinking something is wrong with them because, because their tampon size is not working anymore. And there was a lady on TikTok, like a bunch of them, but one specifically that was the one that brought it all to light. And she made a video. She said, "Shame on you, tampons. Shame on you." It's beautiful. You know me, meaning of life. Shame them fuckers. I was like, that's fabulous. Anyway, it's on my community tab. Go scroll down to it and watch the video. It was brilliant. It's AI, but they pulled like what's popular and made a video out of it. So you're getting to see, regular people, I suppose. But Pringles potato chips have shrunk in size. I mean, they're like telling you. And then I was watching this lady open up she had bought for $20. She bought a storage unit, sight unseen. And so she was emptying it out, and it had food in it, but it also had some other really cool stuff. So she made her money back. No big deal. But she found a loaf of bread in there. Like the food had been in there for a while. So the beef jerky had maggots in it, and, some things were going on. And she pulls out this loaf of bread and she goes, "How old is this loaf of bread?" She's dumbfounded. And she looks, and the date was well over a year. And she goes, "How is that not moldy?" I mean, that loaf of bread it looked grocery shelf. It was still rounded on the top. Like, it looked new. It looked new. Oh my God. So, that was funny. Okay, we were cool. Let's smoke some things, shall we? All right, what are you guys saying? My current actions, sire, you joining me, can be a bonding experience. Maybe you'll lay off me from now on. Is this between you two? I feel like that doesn't involve me. Yes, of course, it didn't involve me. Very good. I see that there. No. And what a friend. What a friend to take a hit like that. And Ulick supports you with a puff puff. There was an article that mentioned the poisonous metals in tampons. Arsenic was, yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And you can get really sick by those things too. Strange. Okay, this has, now we're getting to the human rights. I'm feeling a trend. Remember the year, it's 76. And you'll notice there's a lot of articles and advertisements on the green agenda, or what would have been human rights, civil rights, planet rights, hippy dippy. A lot of this is now, when you go and look at later, what are they called? What are they fucking called? Later years. That's not the one. Issues. I've got issues. I can't even think of the word. When you look at later issues, that's not necessarily the case. So here is the whole human rights. It starts on page 31, and it talks about torture as policy, the network of evil. And I found this really an interesting thing to see, because if you remember during the Iraq War, I believe it was, and then we had it show up again. I may have them backwards, but the 9/11 kind of stuff. And they had all those pictures coming out of the soldiers being, peeing on people and torturing them. There's a lot of videos about that. Do you remember? So anyway, this back then was showing you all of these different types of tortures. And I thought that was an odd, I didn't know why. I didn't know the macabre world of words and rituals. And this sounded interesting. Doesn't that sound interesting? Listen to the title. The Macabre World of Words and Ritual. Ooh, I feel a degree. It's gone up a degree in the room. um, it's got a little thing here. It says Azudi is just like Genghis Khan. When he walks on a pile of fresh corpses. The Khan did not clean his teeth either. The Khan also belched. The Khan did not take off his boots either. Azudi has shattered the mouths of 20 poets today. And in this savage lines, Iranian poet critic Reza Baraheni describes one of the men who tortured him in Iran's notorious Committee prison. Yeah. He was held without charge for 102 days in 1973. He now lives in exile in New York City, recognized in tortures like Adi Azadi, the typical thick-necked Iranian, fat and tall and dirty, and at the same time shrewd, irrevocable, irresistibly viral, and strong. He insisted that prisoners addressed him with the horrific title Doctor. What? As do equally brutal thugs who run the torture centers in Brazil and did so formerly in Greece. The title apparently confers to the torture of a kind of legitimacy vis-a-vis his victims. Vis-a-vis. So anyway, very, very strange because, again, meaning of life, it's 76 and our autonomy is being challenged. That's what civil rights was, our autonomy. And nothing screams autonomy more than being tied up. That's why we don't like that. And so we put it in there. And that's how we end up with 50 Shades of Grey, because somebody goes, ooh, that really turns me on. And there you go. It's time for some nurses or nursemaids or handmaidens or something. I don't know. Fierce amount of poets to be dishing out slaps. William is a bully. Oh man, William, come here. I'm just gonna need you to stay after class today, okay? You're gonna have to clean the chalkboard. And you'll maybe have to do some lines. I am not a bully. I am not a bully. Repeat after me. You find the film Fly Me to the Moon there. There's lots of films and more. Hey, y'all want to go in together and come up with $100,000 in the next 24 hours? I want to buy a whole bunch of Charlie Chaplin stuff. Speaking of, okay. And when I say a whole bunch, I mean a bunch. This was for some jet skiing past Toronto's CN Tower. I found I was on the collision course with a speed bump. Oh no, a speedboat. Sorry. Check out this jet ski though. That's a rad ad. I'm going to cut that one out and try to sell it. It's really for a liquor. Canadian Club, the best in the house, and 87 lands. Excellent, but it's got a really nice, Walker and Sons. It's always Walker. It's got a nice crust there. Can you guys see the crust? It's going to be sideways. Can you see it there? Let's see if I can get it right. Yeah, look at the little crest. Anybody recognize that in the room? Fabulous. Okay. Oh, here's another fun one. This one is for Exxon. Look at the tiger. I have not seen that tiger in decades. He used to be on the pumps, like they had the little tags that would be at the top of the pump, and there would be a tiger there, and he'd be saying something rad, like "Don't forget your chips," or "Have a Coke" or something. Anyway, this is a nice ad. Energy for a strong America. Two of the most valuable resources an oil company can offer our country are experience and technology. So far, we have heard, what was it? Something Steel, and now Exxon. Two huge corporations telling me back in 1976 how good they are for the environment. How cute. Appeal to their emotions. Maybe it's their logic. I know, flatter them. Exxon, we have both 94 years of both. And that's where they say, let them see you as a hero. Who's really yeah, they've been here forever. That's 94 years. They've already been fucking the planet since 1976. 94 years then. How many years now? They should not be in charge anymore. Who's really qualified to tackle America's energy needs? Not you. I'm sorry, I'm being rude. Let me not interrupt. Experienced companies who can take the technology they've developed in one area and make it work in another. Exxon has been doing it for years. The world's tallest offshore oil platform recently launched in California. Exxon has come a long way since drilling its first oil well back in the 1880s. That one was on land. In 1948, we drilled one in America's first offshore oil wells in the Gulf of Mexico. Well, thank you. Today, the experience we gained from drilling these wells and thousands of others is helping us carry our search for gas and oil into far deeper and more difficult waters. To meet these new challenges, why? Here's my question. If you were still getting oil out of Texas, why do you have to go out in the ocean in the first place? I would think that the only reason we would be going out into more dangerous locations is because we don't have anywhere else to go. So it seems to me like you just like drilling holes in shit. That's what you want to do. That's it, because there's no reason for it to be there. They're even showing me how tall it's like it's tall as the Empire State Building. Look at that. What the fuck is wrong with everybody? The world is fucking crazy. We were crazy then. We're going to be crazy in the future. Okay, calm down. But that is a serious question. Why do we have to go far deeper and into more difficult waters, which is going to make mistakes and pollution all that more likely? Why do that when it's working over here? I don't understand. To meet these new challenges, Exxon scientists, that's why we needed jobs for scientists and engineers. Because, like the steel company said, what was that one? Give us our jobs. Okay. Exxon scientists and engineers they've had to develop new generations of drilling platforms, like the one you see to the right. It's the tallest offshore oil platform ever built, towering nearly as high as the Empire State Building. When completed, it will be capable of producing oil and gas in ocean depths up to 850 feet. Whew! Wow. Tomorrow, no one can be certain where the search for oil will lead, but we'll be there with even more experience working for you. I'm in the future. You guys, You don't have Tony the tiger anymore. That's what I know. And then it says, let's see. They do. Another scam. Another scam. William says we got to support the team. The world of Spill. I know. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking too. All right, William. Hope you and yours are doing. Joni was there when Exxon. Not that old, William. Jeez. I'm like I'm old enough to be like your older sister, your aunt or something. I don't think I'm old enough to be your mom. How old are you? You'd have to be like, I don't know, 10. Okay. Stop it. You are going to have to stay after class now. I got more lines for you, young man. Like Francis of the Vatican, eh? Yes, good. There. Take care of that for me. You might have to lick the honey from the lid of the jar. I do that. Who is having to lick the honey from the jar? What are you talking about? Without context, that sounds very dirty, Jim. That sounds very naughty. I might have to keep you after class too. Okay. That's a job for Jim. You're fucked now, man. Karen, watch your language. Okay. So our experience, like, this is so horrible. This really is horrible. That's how I want to sell these ads, y'all. I want to sell them as a horrible piece of history, not as something artistic to put on your wall, but something to remind you, look, you walk by it every day, like in Dumb and Dumber when he goes by look, we landed on the moon, like, oh my. Okay, let's see what they say. I'm so excited. Hang on. I need a sip of water. I need a toke of smoke. Are you guys having fun? Do I entertain you? You did. Hello, Jim. I thought, where's Jim? I see him. There he is. Yes, everybody's misbehaving, Jim. It's a misbehaving night. So I hope that you're not in the mood to be good. We're just reading from a 1976 Time magazine. This is the August 16th edition. It was only $1. And it did not belong to me. But this one, I inherited these. And they're disease detectives tracing the Philly killer. Look at this. What is this? It's like a test tube or a bullet. What could it be? I don't know. Look at the TI at the top. Make things out of that. It's the Twin Towers. William. Predictive programming. I mean, we got the shades of brown. It's very nice. Very nice cover. Disease detectives. Don't. The green. Anyway. So we're just kind of doing that. And I've been reading this Energy for a Strong America article. You see it there, down at the bottom. You see it there? My country is strong because of Exxon. Ooh, that rhymes. That could have been an ad for them. It's too bad I didn't go into advertising. I did think of that for a while. It's pretty good. which I don't think that anyone in this room would actually be surprised by that. So there were a few things that I had played with maybe I wanted to be when I grew up. And one of them was an advertise agent. Like, in Bewitched and on television. They always have people working for advertising agents. I mean, even Dick Van Dyke, who, by the way, I met Dick Van Dyke when I was just a tiny little baby and he gave me a dime. That's a true story. My mom insulted him by accident, but he'd already given me the dime. So he didn't take it back. So anyway, so I've been touched by him. Anyway, he was a jingle maker. Wasn't he the jingle maker man on his show? Yes, he was. And then, of course, I thought about going into like news, like for a paper. I wanted to be at the newspaper. Like, I didn't know. What was her name? Brown. I can't remember the show's name. And there was another girl back in the 70s, and I can't think of her name either. Nonetheless. And then I also wanted to be a coroner because I liked the show Quincy, and I thought that would be a really cool job. I'd like to solve crimes, and I wasn't bothered by guts. Hello, David's here. Chicken Mama. You are late, but it's okay. We're just getting to the meaty good stuff. I've got cookies. David, and water in a bad water bottle. Oh, fuck, I've been seen. Because I'm human too, and I just wanted some water. And I have bottles. And I like to be able to put the lid on it. I don't drink water bottles very often, like literally never. But I don't feel very well. So I've got one. Now I can bring it around. They have a purpose. But they're killing us. Maybe though, I don't have like 100 water bottles. Anyway, I got cookies, I got water, I got smoke, I got a little bit of coffee. I'm great. I'm grand. And I got you guys. Ooh. Wants me to read The Hustlers. They're downstairs in your room. Bring one up, Ulick, and we'll pop that daddy open. Flex on with Exxon. That's good. That's very good. That's very jingly jangly. Okay. Oop. All right. Love and kisses all around. All right, I'm back to being serious now. I'm going to keep reading this. Okay, so let me see what Exxon is telling me. Our experience searching for oil and gas is helping to uncover usable new deposits of uranium. It's not surprising that Exxon is in the uranium business. No, it's not. We spend millions of dollars each year exploring for oil and gas and sedimentary rock. And it just so happens. Oh, does it now? Does it now? How? What a that's like the little blue pill. And you just, hey, it also gave me a boner. Does it now? Well, that is a great side effect. That's a happy stance is what that is. We also get uranium ore is also found in the same kind of rock. Today, I don't even know what uranium is. What is uranium? What do we use it for? Come on, guys. Throw your hands up. Teacher's asking a question. What do we use uranium for? Today, Exxon's uranium mine in Wyoming supplies nearly 8% of our country's uranium oxide. Oh, what's uranium oxide? Surely somebody's taking chemistry. The basic raw material used to make nuclear fusion for electric generating plants around the country. Oh. So it's not just the oil. You also get, is that the gas then? No, that's the nuclear fuel. Oh, so they're digging out stuff that they put for nuclear power plants. Ah, I see. You know those things that could just blow up and kill everybody? That's not good for the environment. That can't be good. Why do we want to make more? I thought you guys said over here you were a responsible company. That doesn't sound like a very responsible thing to do. What could this uranium oxide do? Just give me a worst case scenario. It could explode and kill like everyone within, I don't know, 100,000 miles. Is that all? Here, dig more. Put it in Wyoming. We never liked them fuckers anyway. Okay. They have a shitty place on the map. Using what we've learned about refining oil and help turn coal into other forms of energy. Well, let me see if anybody answered that question. See if anybody got it. No. Oh, wait. Jerry did. He says you could turn you into an Iranian. Good. Very good, Jerry. Very clever. You guys are so much fun. Oh, Jerry! Jerry, you're predicting the future. Oh, my God. Using what we've learned about refining oil and help turn coal into other forms of energy. America has nearly half the... It's in capital letters. Does everybody remember what capital letters mean? It's a proper noun. So it's not just a free world coal reserves. It says America has nearly half the free world's coal reserves. But it's not talking about the free world as in a free world. No, that's capitalized. That means that that's a proper noun and the name of something. That's a company. This is equal to twice the energy of all the oil in the Middle East. Well, then why did we want their oil? If that's equal to twice the energy of everything they even have in the Middle East, America has I'm going to read this again. I just want to know because they've told me something different. I'm just making sure I understand what this is saying. Okay. America has nearly half the free world's coal reserves. This is equal to twice the energy of all the oil in the Middle East. Right now, Exxon scientists are working on new ways to help America use more coal by turning it into other forms of energy, synthetic gas, and oil. Someday, these synthetic fuels could help supplement our dwindling supplies of natural gas and oil. Do you really believe that we have dwindling supplies? Does anyone actually believe that? Okay, depleted uranium is needed for armored piercing rounds. Oh, thanks, Jim. Another wonderful gift to society. It has a density that other metals don't have and is a byproduct. Oh, another blue pill perk. Try to say that fast. Blue pill perk 5 times. It also leaves radiation in the country it's used in. Wonderful. I was thinking batteries, but that's lithium. Iraq women having children like the children in Chernobyl due to the dust from the depleted uranium rounds. And you know what's really sad about all of that is that, Ulick knows what's coming. Doctors Without Borders shows up to do experimental surgeries. Allegedly. I have no proof of that. Okay. So, Right. Someday these synthetic fuels will help supply our dwindling supplies of natural gas and oil and help reduce our dependence on foreign oil. Why do we even have foreign oil if you told me I have half of it right there? Well, I don't understand. Somebody, I must be dumb. I think I understand, but I don't understand. And here, should the average citizen in 1976 that's reading this magazine understand that either? This is word salad. This is what all of those people are discussing. This is word salad. It's not saying anything. It's saying really bad things, is what it's saying. But it sounds fluffy. It's got a bow on it. Do you know what I'm saying? Jim, not on this channel. You're not blue on this channel. You would be on my other. I'm still grounded, Jim. Well, it's naughty. I don't like being hit for a copyright strike. So that I'm humiliated and I feel good about myself. I need all of my hits. When I get hit, I want it to be because I have said something that I wasn't supposed to. Not because I played something. Well, it depends on what I'm playing, I suppose, because I did get hit for a couple of things that I played. But you get the idea. Not because I played some stupid prick song. That's not why I want to be in trouble. That's a dumb thing to get in trouble for. Anyway, doesn't the prick want people to hear his fucking song? Look, 6 people would have heard his song, whereas he had no people hearing the song. Isn't the point of writing a song for other people to fucking hear it, and then I can't share it? I can't invite my friends over and go check out my new record. You might want to go check out this channel. No, they go, fuck you. And you know what? I don't want to shop in your record store anymore. Go fuck off. I'm going to go down here to the arcade. I feel like playing Pac-Man. Pac-Man. Okay. I'm so glad we can have these times together. The cover reminds me of Super Mario. What? The cover of this does? What song was it? Did you ever do whatever happened to my Where in the World is Kate Middleton? Have we had an update? I just heard someone recently talking about her. Another channel, Minutes of Horror, I think it is. We will get them back someday. Okay. So Jim says, Kosovo, is that how you say that? Kosovo was refused funding. Oh, they were refused funding from the World Bank because they use their coal and they have the 4th largest deposit in the world. Another example of the Green Initiative lowering this. Beautiful. Which reminds me of something else in that same video about the tampons, which I don't think you were here for, Jim, so just don't worry about it. It was shady shit. I'll just tell you, they're shrinking tampons. That's what they're doing. They're making them smaller. So if you need a super size, it's like they did with the sodas at the movies where they got rid of the jumbo and the large is the jumbo and there's no small anymore. Do you know that trick? That's what they've done to tampons. Imagine that. Anyway, on that same video, it was talking about people showing their specific stores' prices in one Walmart on TikTok. So they would go and it'd be like $10 for a milk in this town. And people can't afford food. And it's causing a lot of people to become poor or poorer. And then you go right down the street, cross the railroad tracks. We call them here in America that if you live across the railroad tracks, the other side, right? The other side of the railroad tracks, Theirs are not increased. Theirs are normal price. And it showed that they're price changing in poorer areas, like middle class areas, creating poor. You can still go into the ghetto and get your cheese and everything because that's government cheese. Remember, they have food stamps and shit. Theirs didn't go up. But if you go just next door to the middle class area, they're paying $10 for milk. How fucked up is that? That's some shady shit that's going on. I'm so glad that they are TikToking their little pants off right now. Twerk it, man, because that's the only thing that's going to save us. I'm telling you, I'm a fan of the Gen Zers. They're making me happy. But then sometimes, you know, they do other weird things because they all think something's wrong with them. That's another thing that is going on that I'm really upset about. Why? I just watched a thing. Do you have these? Do you do these things? Do you sing sometimes for no reason? Like, oh my God, you might have autism. What? Get the fuck out of here. I do that. I don't have autism. Okay. Do you do this? Do you talk expressively with your hands? Sometimes you might have autism. What were some of the other ridiculous things? Do you like rub your fingers together or chew your fingernails? Do you scratch or pick at scabs or things on your body? Do you twist your hair? Or, I mean, you talk about every fucking normal human behavior a person has, and it's a sign of autism. And you only have to knock off like 5 out of the list. I was so autistic at the end of this 20 list. Like, I should be on some major drugs. I should have free drugs coming to me. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of being in church when I was in high school. Well, not when I was a kid. Because when I was little, church was different. Church changed in the 80s. It was the devil flipped. I saw it. I was there, was witness to it. And I have very, very different perspective on religion than most people because they either love it or hate it. And I'm like, well, I loved it. And then all of a sudden this happened and I hated it. Everybody lost their fucking minds. I thought they were crazy. They're talking in weird. They're doing weird things. They're dancing. They're doing weird things. There was a lady in our church that would get scarves and run around the church. I shit you not. She's from South America somewhere. And I guess that's how they did it there. And it was weird as fuck. I felt weird. I don't want to know why am I in this room right now. This lady is doing a dance. She's the sweetest lady ever. She made really good, like, I can't remember what her casserole was, but it was just weird. She didn't have autism. That wasn't on the list. But me, you know, do you have an inner dialogue? Do you talk to yourself? Yes, like all the time. That's a very good thing. So anyway, that is what they're doing to these youths. When I was in youth group with the Pentecostal movement came in and made church weird, they would do, when I was in college, I was in fucking college. I'm at a Church of God college. Okay. I didn't raise Church of God. I'm there because I was married and I came with the guy. And that's where his friends were. And every fucking 3 times a fucking week, 3 times a lady. I had to sit through the same fucking service. And once a week, we got the lay down. Are you listening to secular music? You better come up to the front and ask for forgiveness. We need to give you. Have you been looking at dirty magazines? Come on up. Come on down. Only if you've been to one of these churches do you know what I'm talking about. You're the next sinner on the Christ is Right. Man, I wish I was still a comedian. That'd be gold. What is Jesus saying? Oh, David. Yes. What is David saying? Oh my God. Why would they need Tampax? Oh my gosh. It's in the title. It's a rotten. I said not to behave. I said if you're going to behave, this isn't the place for you. So for that, David, you do. You have to stay after the whole class. This is like Welcome Back, Kotter. Remember that show? Welcome Back, Kotter. Okay. Back to it. Where are we? Okay, yeah, we're still over here. This synthetic fuel technology is a new application of similar technology being used by Exxon for refining oil. It's also a good example of how Exxon's experience in one energy area is being put to work in another. And look, it's got like a little light coming out of the coal, like a little natural gas, standing right next to a vial of gasoline. This is very dangerous. These people should not be in charge. And a railroad. Look at this. I could have predicted the future. We're taking solar energy out of the lab and putting it to work. An Exxon solar device is now powering a railroad crossing signal in Georgia. Another is running a police radio station in Montana. Others are bringing educational television to remote villages in Africa and Asia. Holy shit! Africans and Asians in very remote villages are watching educational television, BBC and PBS. Solar power could become an important part. Both of those are military ops. PBS is. I don't know what BBC is. I don't live there, but they seem shady as shit. I know PBS is full of military ops. So, James Bond, anyone? Shh, that's Bob Ross. Get the fuck out of here. An Exxon solar device is now. Oh, I said that part. Solar power could become an important part of America's future energy mix. That's why we're committing. That's why we're committing money and some of our best brains to the task of turning the sun into energy you can use. A good way to judge a company's experience is to look at the experience of the people who work for it. Woot woot! Let them see you as a hero. They're going to toot their own horn. It's horn tooting time, everybody. Suzanne, I'm glad to see you. Hello. I'm a MacGyver fan. I chew gum. Fabulous. Fabulous. A documentary on the body language around our politicians, Joni. Maybe a compilation of something they all do. There is enough footage of those, but that's actually a brilliant idea, Jim. Could you do that? Could anyone I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. But I will find you the link to that video talking about the 20 things that show you have autism, and we can put it to the politicians. I think that would crack my ass up. You could just have the sound of but the visuals of the politicians with just the audio. Of course, you'd have to do it different than AI audio. So I don't know. You might have to find some other. I'm sure we could find something. That would be fantastic. Just put it on we just write it out. put it on there. That's what I forgot what I'm glad you reminded me, Jim, because I had forgotten that I was saying that these generations all think something's wrong with them. And they're all going on medication and just living already defeated. I mean, if that's not out of control, people, it's on there. Understand other people, choose appropriate goals, find their motivations, identify their most powerful motivation, understand what's holding them back. I could use that one. Let them see themselves as heroes. Give them a sense of community. There it is. Or an identity. You're a retard. That's your sense of identity and community. Do things for them. Give them breaks. Give them medicine. Give them free treatment. Tell them they're special. Let them see. Use convincing language. There's 20 things here that make you think you have autism. Do you have autism? Do people not like you? Let's appeal to your emotions. Let's appeal to your logic. I'll flatter you. It's okay. You were born that way. Did I get them? Make it time sensitive. Catch the train now. Nobody's going to care tomorrow. You know, it's not even a big deal anymore now. I see dying babies on my TV and it makes me mad. It doesn't make me feel sad or I'm sickened. I'm sickened by a parent that your kid is there dying and your kid is, and you're going, I'm here, baby. I'm here, baby. And you have this little kid go, and the mom, I mean, you don't have to show me that. That's personal. That's sick that you want cameras in there videotaping your son to beg for money. Just saying. If I'm a rotten cunt, then there is my name. But I find that very disturbing. And every time those commercials come on, I feel like these parents are exploiting their children. And I'm just bothered by it. That's all I'm saying. It's same thing was with the breast cancer. My mom has breast cancer. My mom has breast cancer. My grandma has breast cancer. I have breast cancer. Now my kid has breast cancer. The dogs have breast cancer. We'll all be wearing tutus and going running in heels down places or something for money. Give me a t-shirt. I raised $20. I'm going to walk 4 blocks. Not really. I'm going to stop right here for a sandwich. My friends have already paid me. And I'm going to donate that. And I'm going to go eat this donut. What I'm going to do? I'm going to donate while I eat the donut. I'm not walking 4 blocks. Are you crazy? I'll just show up at the end. Nobody has to walk. Don't you understand? Our friends are going to pay us regardless. Oh my God. Oh, no, you have. Don't be silly. What are you guys talking about? Who's having sex? Who is it? I want to know. I like to live vicariously. No, I don't. I'm drugged up at the moment. I'm just in a happy mood. Good things are happening right now. Why do I have to be violated in order to be in a good mood? I can't just be in a good mood. First I was on my period. Now I've been plugged somehow. Dirty. I mean, it's cookie time. Ooh, can't touch this. Right? That right there. The fact that I sang a song while getting out my cookie is a sign that I have autism. Yeah, I thought sometimes I want to go live when I'm in these moods because I don't want to keep it all to myself, which is what I was going to do. I was going to sit there and I was going to watch videos and talk to my TV. or whatever this thing is. It's computer thing. Okay. Smelling things. Do you smell things? I haven't finished reading it. Look, I got a whole more paragraph to go. I got to know about this company. I got to judge. They're asking me to judge them. It says so. A good way to judge a company's experience, which they're wanting me to judge them, is to look at the experience of the people who work for it. Since 1882, Exxon has grown from just a few dozen workers in the U.S. to nearly 47,000 today. During this time, our people have learned a lot about supplying energy. They built the world's first oil tanker. Whoop, whoop. Their gasoline helped get the Wright brothers off the ground. Whoop, whoop. They developed the first carburetor de-icer for automobiles, the first engine detergent. They invented butyl rubber. What is that? Butyl rubber. What is that? The first multi-grade motor oil and more. Today, the men and women of Exxon are still working hard to provide more energy for a strong America. Terryton. Terryton is in the One Eye Club, guys. Look at that. Look at that. This is a neat ad, actually. This is a neat ad. It's got activated charcoal in it, it says. Why Terryton is better. Others removed, Terryton improved. So it's got a little activated charcoal. The U.S. Environment Protection Agency recently reported that granular activated carbon or charcoal is the best available method for filtering water. As a matter of fact, many cities across the United States have instituted charcoal filtration centers for their drinking water supplies. The evidence is mounting that activated charcoal does indeed improve the taste of drinking water. So we put it in a cigarette. Charcoal history is #1 filter. We're going to learn some history here. Turn the page back. Stop it. You behave. That's right, David. Tell him. I thought they said we'd own nothing and be good and be happy. I'm gonna leave that up there. Oh, we're burning trees to smoke cigarettes. The irony. Have you ever heard of this movie called Gentlemen Broncos? If you haven't, for those of you that like weird movies and think like me, I suggest that you go watch it. I think you can find it on YouTube or something. Okay, this tells me that charcoal was used by the ancient Egyptians as early as 1550 BC. Charcoal has been used ever since then in many manufacturing processes, including the refining of sugar. Charcoal made the gas mask possible in World War I. Charcoal is used today for masks that are required equipment in many industries. Charcoal helps freshen air in submarines and spacecrafts. Don't forget. Charcoal is used to mellow the taste of the finest bourbons. I want to say that there are a lot of ads in the Time magazines for whiskeys and bourbons. Charcoal also plays a key role in auto pollution control devices. So, activated charcoal does something for cigarette smoke too. While plain white filters reduce tar and nicotine, they also remove taste. But Terran scientists created a unique two-part filter, a white tip on the outside, activated charcoal on the inside. Tar and nicotine are reduced, but the taste is actually improved by the charcoal. Charcoal in Terran smooths and balances and improves the tobacco taste. That's why us Terran smokers would rather fight than switch. Terran is America's best-selling charcoal filter cigarette. Okay, it's the only charcoal filtered cigarette, so by default, it's the best. Here we have a deadly cloud. Speaking of, dog poisoned by the gas from a chemical plant lies in the streets of Seveso, Italy. Seveso, Italy. Seveso, Italy. Just a dog dead in the street from a poisonous gas at a chemical plant. Did it not kill anyone else? Just the dog. Then we get into some people. We've got people in here. We've got Queen Kong. Queen Kong takes a swing through London. Ooh, Cher was after surviving 13 months of marriage to Cher. Rock star Greg Allman now faces divorce from his fellow musicians. The Allman Brothers band has been having problems for about a year, concedes Capricorn Records Vice President Mike Hyland, who points out that the three members have recently formed a new group called Sea Level, already miffed by Allman's preoccupations with Cher during the recording of the group's last album, Win, Lose, or Draw. The band was reportedly outraged 6 weeks ago when Greg testified in a drug trial against his former road manager, John Scooter Hearing, convicted of procuring drugs for Allman in 1974. Herring received a 75-year prison sentence, though Capricorn President Phil Walden refused to, quote, rule out the possibility of the group reuniting. Other record company officials were less optimistic. Greg Allman said one Capricorn spokesperson is a very sore subject around here. Oh, that's a good article. That'd be a good one to cut out. What's on the back of this? That'd be one to save. That's an interesting one. What other things are in here? I don't know. I read these. Jimmy Carter's hair is styled very well for his face. Did you know that? What? But Ronald Reagan's slicked back coiffure is in the past. It is what we were using 15 or 20 years ago. So says Milton Pitts, aged 51, who has been clipping important political heads of state since Richard Nixon appointed him as the White House's barber 6 years ago. Last week, Pitts paused to consider this year's crop of president candidates. I don't think I would change Jimmy Carter's hair if I were his barber, said Republican Pitts. His advice for Reagan: toss out that greasy kid stuff. President Ford, who visits Pitts in his West Wing shop for a shampoo and trim every 10 days, favors a contour cut, very soft and natural. The president, he adds, doesn't have as much hair as the others. Well, that's fun. The president's Big Bird makes an appearance here. What we got going on here with Big Bird? Lodged at the lower ranks of the American League East, the Detroit Tigers are hardly a threat to the runaway New York Yankees. Still, when the Tigers came to New York last week, more than 49,000 fans showed up at the Yankee Stadium. The reason? Mark the Bird for Dirk, a 21, Detroit's rookie right-hander and resident flake, nicknamed because of his gallioocious similarity to Big Bird of Sesame Street. Fidrick came to town with an impressive 11-3 win-loss record with a certifiably manic style of pitching. He shouts advice to the baseball, encouragement to his arm, and scratches around the infield like Groucho Marx possessed. It was not enough to ruffle Yankee batters, however, who belted 2 home runs and beat the Bird 4-3. Hadn't he spoken to the ball as always? I did talk to it, insisted Fidich. That's life, I guess. Ball didn't talk back. What is that? What a bizarre thing to say. Okay. Let me see what you guys are. So somebody going to bed. Good night. Who's going to bed? Whoever you are. Good night. It would be a good detox. Takes the fart out of the stale sub air. True. The Japanese have charcoal-powered buses. Midnight Riders. Class tune. Turn the page. Is Jimmy wearing his... Oh, my God. Where are my peanut cufflinks? You guys got to see these things. I picked these up the other day. Check this out. I got a tie tack and 2 cufflinks. And they're peanuts. Have you ever seen anything like that? How cute are those? They're peanuts. They're peanuts. You can go to church with your peanuts on. You can wear your peanuts. A little find I found. I thought those were very cute. They were only 50 cents. I couldn't leave the peanuts. He's wearing a jock strap. Big Bird. All right. Sesame Street. Oh, David, where are you from? We couldn't remember. We couldn't remember where you were from. I'm going to move these other magazines. I have more. Let's just show you the covers. Look at the covers. Whoa. Oh, it's an elephant. Look at the elephant in the room. Okay. I got in the way there. It says this actress, all I want to do on my days off is sleep, insists actress Valerie, who has been performing her own stunts in a film about a female private eye. It's called Windfall, and the emphasis on fall. Jumping from a burning helicopter, Perrine sprained her ankle. In another episode, she was thrown from a horse. On location at the Grand Canyon, she got a bad case of acrophobia and fainted. Fortunately, the perils of Perrine include a few scenes best done lying down. One of her favorites is a phony rape incident. What? That's her favorite scene, a phony rape incident staged to inspire a rescue by her co-star Terrence Hill and eventually some romancing. I think it's fun because you have a leading man and a leading woman, says Perrine, instead of a leading man and a leading man. So her favorite scene is the rape scene. That's weird. I have to be honest. And not to mention, the magazine has a whole bunch of stuff about bondage and shit, torture and stuff. And then she comes along right here, throws another little bloop breadcrumb of perversion. Just for you, big bird. Yeah, big bird. Okay. And you can have Wild Wild World of animals. The great white shark. What are the killers you'll encounter in dangerous sea creatures? Oh, turn the page quick. This is a fun ad. At every Holiday Inn, the room was clean. The TV worked. Everything worked. Amazing. I think there is something beautiful in things doing what they are supposed to do. It doesn't. I do too, and that doesn't happen today. I can't buy anything and it do what it's supposed to do. The little plug is loose. I've lost the cord. Why can't I just plug something in the wall? Why can't I do that again? I liked that. I'm okay with that. Whose idea were these stupid cords? I bought more crap that I have to throw out because the fucking cord broke. A light box, like a light board. Not the cord. I can't replace that. The cord in the machine. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We're talking about saving the planet a few ads back. Here we are. I do remember that, sir. I remember when you just plugged something in and it turned on. It was a wonderful time in world history. It doesn't happen enough these days. No, it doesn't. It doesn't happen at all. That's why I say Holiday Inn is amazing. At Holiday Inn, everything works. The lights go on and off. The TV set works like a charm. The climate control does a remarkable thing. It actually controls the climate in my room. If I could get a toaster that would control the color of my toast, there's either not toasted at all, like stale crust, and burnt to a crisp. There's that knob is a hair fracture. Why have it on there? Why don't just you have cooked, not cooked? Why even bother with like I get to choose? You know you're not going to give me a choice. You know it's not going to work. I have 2 toasters and they both do the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Raise your hand if you have a toaster. I'm going to start a campaign. Toasters unite. Raise your hand if you have a toaster that does not toast properly. Okay. Maybe I'm the only one. I'm cursed by toasters, clearly. The Brave Little Toaster. I saw that movie so many times. I was babysitting it during that time when that was out. It was on a VHS tape, and the kids all had it and all wanted to watch it. Okay. It's got something to do. It's got something to do with those 152 standards at every Holiday Inn that make sure you get a room that's clean and comfortable and a good restaurant. And when you travel as much as I do, you come to really appreciate and count on Holiday Inn every time. That's the big thing about Holiday Inns. I know that the American Express card is always welcome too. Like they say in the ad, I never leave home without it. If you don't have one, there's an application for one in every room. Fuck. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Needless to say, I'm a big Holiday Inn fan. When you travel, you get a Gideon Bible and a what is that? An American Express. Great. Where's the TV guide? I'm staying here tonight. Turn down there. When you travel as much as I do, you really need a place you can count on after a tough day on the road. Holiday Inn, you just keep on not surprising me. At every Holiday Inn, the best surprise is no surprise. Ooh, we had the Catholic Olympics. What the hell is this? Who knew? Tell me, who knew about the Catholic Olympics? Somebody. What are you? Oh, okay. Oh, South Ireland and Kerry. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, then where's Kieran from? I thought he was from Ireland too. So I think I thought he was Scottish one time. He's What's this toaster thing here? What? Were you not paying attention? We also have 3 pin plugs. Oh. You don't have toasters, and I know that's not true. No, then it must be my shit. Do you see? It's my shit. You are. Okay. We just thought you guys were from 2 different places based off some comment that was made that stuck in our heads. And so we were like, well, where are they from then? Yay. Okay. You don't have oh, okay. The Bible for skiing, and you American Express card for chopping your Coke. How convenient. I gotta gut out the Bible. Hide my Coke in there. Excuse me, I need to go pray. Okay. Who knew? Wait, I'm still waiting to see. Who knew that you guys had that? Not you guys. I don't know why I said that. Who knew that the Catholics had an Olympics? Did you? I'm just assuming you guys might know some of this because it's more over there. So that's what I'm thinking. Oh, you were like, oh yeah, duh. I went in 1996. It was great. Listen to this thing here, though. This is crazy. I didn't know this. I want to know who knew this. Mass for handicapped Catholics during last week's million-member Eucharist Congress in Philadelphia. The Catholic Olympics. Past cardinals in a reviewing stand and down Philadelphia. In a reviewing standing down Philadelphia's Independence Mall, strode a platoon of nuns to the tune of When the Saints Go Marching In. Shut up. Oh my. That's great. That's great. Olympics, anyone? Yes, sir. Oh. Everybody will want to move there. Oh. That was probably a blessing. Oh, you know I'm about to read it again. Because that was funny stuff. What does it say? Past cardinals in a reviewing stand and down. I don't know what that means. In a reviewing stand and down Philadelphia's Independence Mall. Okay, I think I got it. The past Cardinals and reviewing stand and down Pennsylvania Independence Mall strode a platoon, it says, strode a platoon of nuns to the tune of When the Saints Go Marching In. In the swelling parade came cheerleaders leading parochial, is that right? Something school bands chanting Pueblo Indians in full feathered regalia and flag waving marchers representing each of Pennsylvania's 1,486 Roman Catholic parishes. Good Jesus, that's a lot. The 41st International I hate that word because I can't say it, Congress, one of the largest religious spectaculars in U.S. history, was underway. Oh my God, did you know? You missed it. Eucharist. Oh man. Can I mute? Okay, I'm still alive. Thanks for being concerned and asking. It's got more. It says that at the end, the burial cloth at the entrance to the Civic Center. Oh wait, I haven't even finished this. The calendar was so crowded that the 8-day faith festival was inevitably dubbed the, quote, Catholic Olympics. There were masses for children and the physically handicapped, blacks and Ruthenians, even a military mass unwittingly scheduled on the anniversary of the Hiroshima bombing. So many masses that the Congress congregations used 1 million. Oh my. What the hell? Oh, this is so fucked up. Oh, I want my videos back. I had a video for this. My Lucretia. Okay. So many masses that the Congress's congregations used 1,700,000 communion wafers. Dave Burbeck and Ella Fitzgerald offered religious jazz. The Dance Theater of Harlem turned to religious choreography. And Monaco's Prince Rainier and Princess Grace addressed a, quote, family life conference. Oh my God, that is fantastic. Oh, who knew? Who knew? Okay. Did you guys know? Burial cloth at the entrance of the Civic Center waved a giant banner. Welcome to the Eucharist Congress. Come and see the face of Jesus on his burial cloth. Inside, pilgrims viewed photos of the Holy Shroud of Turin, the purported burial cloth on which Jesus' image appears. Nearby, there were booths offering clerical. Oh my God. What is wrong with everybody? Like, that's in the fucking Bible. You can't do shit like that. It says nearby there were booths offering clerical clothing and t-shirts. Booths advocating for sainthoods from Italian missionary Samuel Musachelli and publicizing struggling Catholic colleges. That, I'm pretty sure if that happened in Jesus's time, that's the equivalent to the fucking tables he turned over with the t-shirts, for crying out loud. Look, the Catholic Church has never been good. They weren't good in 1976. They weren't good in August of 1976. They're doing very sinful and bad things right there. The very crap they talk about. Look at all these handicapped people in wheelchairs in the picture. Can you even see that? They're all lined up there. Here's all the... Where's the marching nuns? They're not in the picture. Bummer. Oh, they're sitting down right here. Here they are. What the heck? This is so weird. Do you go bog snorkeling? I've seen that. Snorkeling. What is it called? Snorkeling, right? I've seen that. I have a friend from there. We watched it. I'll give you a cookie if you guess who it is. Oh, man. I'm going to have to just I'm going to have to come back to that one. That might be one to come back to privately. Living for design. Designers. He's a designer. He's making clothes no one will wear. California, here we come. The profits are... This is in the economy and business section. This is my favorite section. This is where all the good stuff is. Here's just this little one. Jobs, a moving target. Look like they made a little tiny... That's a little tiny ad. Who is this an ad for? I don't know. The nation's unemployment rate took a disquieting jump from July, rising to 7.8% from 7.5% in June. The jobless figure reported by the Commerce Department last week is the highest since January and is certain to add new urgency to the growing unemployment issue in the year's presidential race. That's the same thing that's happening now. That's the same thing right there. What's going on today is the same thing that this is talking about. There's no jobs during a political race. Oh, wait, that's the same thing that happens every fucking political race. Taxes still an uncleared jungle. We're hanging together. We're buddies, even in the high-rolling standards of Las Vegas. It's a huge gamble. The players sat at a garnishly decorated room alongside the strip, pondering moves and evolving. The highest sum ever played for Nevada's green felt gaming world at stake. The Howard Hughes fortune, estimated at $2.5 billion. The players were potential rivals. One man's whim. And then it's got this nice ad right here. This is on corporations. Can you see that? Because I can't. I can only see the bottom. So I'm assuming you can see it. Yeah. Do you see what it says there? Running Disney Walt's way. That was an interesting article too. When lung cancer killed Walt alias Disney a decade ago. It goes on. There were fears that the world of Disney would lose some of its wonder and its profits. Yeah, right. It's about to get bank rich, stupid rich, incredibly rich. But before his own death in 1971, Roy Disney, who succeeded his younger brother, and a cadre of post-Walt executives have turned Walt Disney Production into a thriving empire of fantasy. Today, the company is bigger and richer than ever. Profits flow in from Disney's two successful theme parks, Disneyland in California and the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, Florida, from film rentals and television, from re-releases of such longtime favorites as Bambi, Pinocchio, and Fantasia, and from sales of record albums, Mickey Mouse, wrist watches, and everything else bearing the Disney stamp. Cha-ching, cha-ching. They got double duty they talk about. That's an interesting article. I might have to read that one too. By itself. Hang out there. Profits, how much is too little? I don't know. This is an essay. Before God made profits, he made production. And before production, he made capital. So be it. It's just the way it is. Gonna have to get over it. We got some dynamiting language, some parting words. How about an Olympus camera? The experts call it incredible. And they're interesting because every ad, we don't get ads like this anymore. You know, it just says, do it. And then that's it. We don't know anything. They tell you all kinds. They write you like a whole little, you can read the ad. The ad is part of the magazine. Anyway, that's interesting. We got Double Jeopardy, Battle of Britain. All these people died, and the milestones died. Ritual slaughter? What the fuck? What does that say? What is wrong here? Very wrong is the dreary familiarity of the theme, the reworking still again of English working class desperation, the sour brutality of the language, which often sounds too top lofty and aesthetic for the people speaking it. I'm an apostolic alcoholic. Marriage is one of the few surviving forms of ritual slaughter. That's what marriage is. That's pretty good, actually. Rare taste. We found a way to bottle it up. J&B Rare Scotch. It's a product of Scotland. And the Prince of Wales has he's lifted his leg on the bottle. Who else is involved here? Who else has been lifting their leg? Oh my. Sam Elliott. What a stash. What a stash. Look at that stash, man. It's fabulous. Icebergs are. I liked these. There's some other ads in one of the others where they look like twin towers here. There's one. I think it was in this one. I think it was the second one I looked at. The ad and the new. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll find it later. They're the same. There's one black, one white. Beautiful. This has got the red and the green. What month was this? August. All of the menthol. Oh, none of the tar, right? Iceberg. We'd like to announce the invention of the telephone. Western Electric. But we're still working on it. Working on ways to pack even more calls on the long distance network to keep the price of your phone service as low as possible. building and installing new systems that can route up to 550,000 calls an hour. So your calls will go through even faster. You know what that is? That's a room of computers. Developing the tiny magnetic bubble memories to store the millions of bits of information it takes to route your call. Testing a revolutionary system to carry your call on a laser beam fiber optics through a thin thread of glass. Last year, we at Western Electric invested $320 million in Bell Labs work to improve your phone and the millions of parts it takes for you to reach the one phone you want. Why do you put all this money? Why do we put all this money into research and development? R&D. Because we are part of the Bell system. So just like your Bell telephone company, we want to keep American phone systems the best in the world. Actually, we'd love to announce the invention of the telephone if we weren't constantly reinventing it. Western Electric. It's electric. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, we got Tenneco. This is the house that Tenneco built. Start with the foundation. Peer in every room. Don't skip the garage. Check the thermostat. Ready for a snack? But save some room for dinner. Everything came to the house in boxes. And so it Tenneco's chemicals, man-made, non-allergic foam is used for pillows and mattresses to Jeez, these people are weird. Tenneco Chemicals, man-made, non-allergic foam is used for, I would love to know if they had any lawsuits. Tenneco. We're the nation's leading supplier of colorants for paints. This handsome, durable flooring is made from chemicals. They had to change the name. We don't call them chemicals now. People started getting suspicious. Tenneco Natural Gas Supply utilities that serve families in 25 states. Our foam is also used in carpet underlay to provide a soft walk and long wear. Many of the products you take home in containers made by our Packaging Corporation of America, which serves manufacturers who serve homemakers. I wonder if this company has been swallowed by who, or have they moved now? Are they not so committed to the country anymore? They sure were back then. Let me point out, all these companies, many of these companies that you see through these aren't here anymore. So they lied. They lied to us all those years ago. Here's proof. They lied that they care about this country. They do not. They never did. And they'll sit there and tell you that so that you'll vote for them. And they promise they're going to put a Coke machine in the cafeteria and expose Friday's surprise meat recipe. They are not. They cannot do that. They will not do that. The Sun Giant brand is reserved for produce of superior freshness and quality. Does that count for a loaf of bread that's a year old that hasn't turned anything growing on it or nothing? RJI Case makes garden tractors to help keep your yard in shape. 1 out of every 3 cars in the U.S. has an exhaust system that's made by R. Walker Manufacturing. If you'd stop selling it, though, you kept making it better, doing this and telling me I need the new one and the new one, and now my lawnmower doesn't look like that anymore. Corrosion-resistant plumbing pipe made of our plastic is used in many modern homes. But we don't know the long-term effects there. Or that. A Davis trencher may have laid the utility lines that serve your home, and Tenneco Oil supplies your home heating oil through distributors along the Atlantic seaboard. Whoop whoop. So they're everywhere. Man, here's your Philadelphia killer. I think he was in the military. We got Plagues of the Past. Plagues of the Past. And it looks like the demon of the plague. A religious thing going on there, or I'm going the wrong way. And I don't know. Here we've got, masked mothers and children. So this has happened before. All right. The disease detectives. We get their article. How many of these valuable money ideas could you use? Get your first issue without risk. The risk is we'll send you another issue. And then we got a TR7 Victory Edition. We got some books. Keep them down on the farm. And there's Jimmy Carter going to the bag in a softball game against the Press. So they're friends. They were playing ball together. The nature of sin. And then more. What? What's wrong with Washington columnists? More. And we end with some yellow fever on top of our Philly killer. And now we have yellow fever. That was fun. What did you guys think? What did you guys think? Oh, here, I'll leave it here. Sorry. You don't want to see me. Hello, Turning Guns. You guys said my stupid thing will roll. Why does it want to do that? It's fabulous. Yes, excellent. Are you guys sleepy? He's got BlackRock Vanguard colors, black and white logo, 4-sided emblem. Might as well stick the Nazi symbol in the mecha cube. Yeah. That would be a good one. What article was that? Which one? There's so many. Is that the one? Which one? Which one? Or is it that one? Oh, you're a tall one. Nice. Billy from Wyoming. Nice to meet you. That's how I end up in channels. I don't know that I would be like, because they'll say something interesting in a chat, or somebody will I'll, share a link randomly. And I'll just be like, oh, y'all, these links. How am I subbed? But yeah, I'll sub to people if they say something interesting. Because then I'm like, ooh, I want to know more. You sound interesting. So yeah, that was fun. Those are fun. I've got more of these. That was that one. I never did see Lies, so I couldn't read the princess one. Oh, this one was an interesting one. So this one was when the subscription started, or at least this is the earliest. There might be some missing August, September. Yeah, there's a few missing from the first part of 76. But then I got September, October. So there's still a couple missing there. November. There's a couple Novembers missing. Two. Maybe they just did two. August, September. Maybe there's only one September missing. Maybe they were every other week, because the other ones have them every week. But maybe back in 70s, they only came twice a month, every other week. I'll have to look into that. That's a fair question. But this one was interesting. After Mal. That one was interesting. It had some things about, it had something about Ireland in it. It had that, Between God and Magog, an American memoir. Don't you think that sounds? Kissinger on Mao. Get up to 10 extra miles out of a tank full of gas. Whoop whoop. We got somebody being chased and beaten, a gun, and some Marlboros. That's a good one. Seagram's Gin. It's a naked martini. Let me see. What's in the back? I want to say it was Narcissus. Oh, I didn't see that one's under behavior. Unlocking the essence. Here's some surprise, some real reform. Just kidding. Well, egghead. I can't find it now. The Boob Tube Prime Time. There's your rabbit. Rabbit! It's from the movie. Mars. There it is. Oh, there's the Twin Tower ads. See them? They got like little pinstripes in them. Tall 120 towers over ordinary cigarettes. Is that a neat coding? It's on page. Oh, you're going to like it. 88. 120s. Agatha Christie. Oh, yeah, here it is. Hey, Retro. Okay. I know, right? I know it is. Okay, so this is for my Irish friends. I think it starts. Yeah. It's just here. So this was Mother Ireland, Green Magic, Mother Ireland by Edna O'Brien. 144 pages. Harcourt Brace Jovanovic, $12.95. Suddenly, you must get away. writes novelist Edna O'Brien, 45, in Mother Ireland, her first work of nonfiction. The country is breathlessly beautiful, but there is too an undeniable sadness and sadness of being cut off, a cultural atrophy that goes all the way to the brain. O'Brien did get away, but she never escaped from the enchantment of Ireland's bleak beauty and rich legends. Hence, Mother Ireland, an aptly titled reminiscent of things past that recreates the Ireland she knew as a child with the help of some nostalgic photographs. Its boundaries are a rural village, a schoolroom, a convent. The characters are the heroes and the hobgoblins of the author's past. Long-suffering mothers, drunken fathers, a madman, and a traveling Jew. Crossed legs. In that faraway world, life was fevered, enclosed, catastrophic. Terror lurked everywhere. Adults were formidable people with inscrutable humors, inscrutable. Even the placid rural scene, full of sleepy sows and hens, could turn menacing on the solitary trek homeward from the village. Sex and sin were constant companions. At 10 or 11 years, when on a visit to Limerick, you sat in a chapel with your legs crossed and were asked about an incensed lady, to please uncross them at once. Did you not know, she said, that Our Lady blushes whenever a woman does such an indecent thing? The classroom was ruled over by a high-strung teacher who let fly with pens, pencils, and a melody of language that was a compote of Irish, English, Latin, and raillery. Life's special occasions, such as the visit of a pale, saintly young priest, sometimes broke the routine. How we fussed over him, wheeling the tea trolley to the edge of the step, calling him Father, Father. Then the change, childhood, dreaming, giving way to a craving for glitter, and her flight first to Dublin, the gateway to England. Despite the unhappy endings, as she ironically calls it, Mother Ireland is more of a storybook tale than are O'Brien's novels. More with their modern heroines and migraine headaches, she flits through the past. What was that? Oh, bummer pants. She flips through the past like some Gaelic fairy on a wing, with an eye for precise detail and a leavening of Irish wit that precludes sentimentality. That's very fancy. Y'all talk too fancy for me. Anyway, it's got some neat pictures with it. That's what my grandpa looked like. Exactly like that. This hot suit. See, that's exactly what comes to my mind when I think of grandpa. Look at this old ad of the dictate color. Like, those are fancy. I want the pink one, honey. They didn't have pink. It was like a cream blue, like a blush yellow. That reminds me of the apples when they came out like that. Anyway. All right, guys. More whiskey. What's a cigarette without taste? Not a damn Darrell, that's for sure. Those are fun. Do you like me reading these? I'll keep doing it. Gaelic, I know. Gaelic fairy in the dale. Did I say that right? Did I say it wrong? I know. Definitely. Definitely. It's true. Oh, Paul's here. I've been in many playgrounds, he says. He doesn't mind. All right, I'm going to bed. What do you say? It's an eye opener. Dowel. 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 Snorted. Yeah, I won't torture you anymore. Some book. It was fun. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So those are that's my magazine for the week. I'll probably might pull some of those out, take that one apart. But we've looked through it, so it's there now. Hale, Dale. Dale. Where are you getting a W from? I thought you said it was D-O. Hall, doll. Oh, you guys are just picking on me now. Really confusing me. I like French. Me too now. But I like cooking. Yes, good night. I like eating. Doll. Doll. I'm having a hard time seeing too because my eyes are starting to blur together. So the words are all 3D, and then something was floating across the page. That's when I was like, what in the world? Oh, because I've got little things. I think they're on the page, but they're not. So it's time for me to go to bed. Yes, good night. Much love, you guys. We'll see you later. Maybe we won't be grounded, the next time. And turn your V down and we'll bounce out. I'll throw your goodbyes up. Okay? Okay. Bye, everybody. And there she is.
This public service announcement is brought to you by Rotten Studios. Remember, no contact is the road to freedom.